If you've just joined us, you're on to TVC News at 7. 133 Nigerian refugees residing in Cameroon have returned to the country. According to officials of the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons, they had volunteered to return home. The returnees touched down at the Yola International Airport aboard an airline flight on Thursday. Joining me now on the news to discuss this is the publisher, the Scroll magazine, Janet Mba-Afolabi. Thank you for joining me.
Good evening, Buki. How are you?
Very well, and you look good.
Thank
Straight
you.
to the point. Thousands of Nigerians may have returned to the country, since the onset of the Boko Haram insurgency. How far back do you think these people may have had to leave the country due to the unrest in the northeastern part of the country?
This is the 6th year of the refugee crisis in Nigeria. And from the onset, a lot of people have been leaving. Statistics say that on a weekly basis, 1,000 Nigerians leave to Cameroon or other neighboring countries because of Boko Haram. In January alone, specifically on January 14th, statistics also say that 9,000 Nigerians fled because of the attack on Ran. That's the name of the town in Borno, in Maiduguri, in Borno State. So that may have put pressure on Cameroon. But Cameroon did the unexpected. They asked the Nigerians to go back to their country. A lot of people had condemned that move, both individuals and foreign organizations. They said Cameroon should halt that action because it is against its obligation to its national and international obligation to the refugee laws. Nigeria also have refugees from Cameroon. Thousands of Cameroonians are in Nigeria, particularly from the southern Cameroon, where there are also crises. And Nigeria is not sending them back into Cameroon. Ethiopia also has Nigerian refugees and other refugees. Instead of sending them back, Ethiopia had even passed a law allowing refugees to leave the camp to go and look for work across the country. They could go to school, they could give birth, and they could have access to finance and other health and social amenities. But Cameroon is not doing that. I don't think Nigeria is going to retaliate by sending back the ones that we have in Nigeria.
But in this case, the story says that the refugees volunteered to return home. But let's look at it more critically, perhaps on the side of the Cameroonian government when we think about the burden of the refugee problem. Do you think that it is a possibility, as we have seen in times past, where internally displaced persons camps were attacked, that we may have been infiltrated?
You mean
Nigeria?
In Nigeria? Yeah. Of course, we may have been infiltrated by wives and children of the Boko Haram fighters. It is not everybody in the camp that is genuinely there because he or she is committed to the Nigerian cause. Reports say that there are families of even Boko Haram who come to the camp and serve as agents to them. When it is time, they just start going back to the forest one after the other, and later on they gather in a place where the soldiers will see them and bring them back to the...
So do you think in that regard that our emergency response system has the structure that can take stock the identity of these individuals to forestall any security breach in the future?
Abuki, I don't think so. I don't think there is any way they're able to differentiate those that are security risk and those that are not. Because they all look alike, they all speak the same language. But the only thing that they could look out for and prevent, perhaps, is the health. There are health concerns. Many of the Nigerians who came back, some of them didn't come back voluntarily. Some came back hungry, exhausted, with wounded feet from long journey. And the children that they came back with are chronically malnourished.
So, all right.
So
there are many sides to it,
yes.
But we must end the conversation.
Sure.
Thank you, Janet Mba-Afolabi, for coming on TVC News at 7.
You're welcome.